and welcome to the Midday News with me, Sabana Izoku. The People's Democratic Party has challenged the All Progressive Congress to come out clear and explain to Nigerians the links between it and the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Atahiru Jega, which informs and propels its interest in Jega's stay in office. The PDP National Publicity Secretary Olisa Metu made this call in a statement in Abuja, saying his party was more than curious that the APC continued to fabricate stories and show undue interest in Jega, adding that such raise a lot of questions for opposition and INEC chairman. He claims the frenzy, hysteria and spate with which APC has been inventing stories regarding Jega's stay in office, even when nothing suggests that such was on table, raises a lot of issues. In his own words, Metu insists he wants APC to come out clean and tell Nigerians the real reasons behind their false alarms and uncontrolled nervousness regarding Professor Atahiru Jega ahead of the 2015 general elections. And away from that, the All Progressive Congress says the sickening and outlandish claim by President Goodluck Jonathan campaign organization that the APC national leader Bola Tinubu plans to become vice president through the back door is designed to divert attention from the success of the party's presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari at the Chatham House in London on Thursday. In a statement in London by its National Publicity Secretary Lai Mohammed, the party said the PDP and Jonathan administration do not have any answer to what the APC described as epochal moment that separated the wheat from the shaft. The APC described the claims as the latest in a series of desperate moves by the PDP and the Jonathan administration since the emergence of Buhari as the APC presidential candidate, and the clearest indication yet that they have no answer to the unstoppable momentum of a man of history. APC said inasmuch as it had so far refrained from engaging Fani Kayode in what the party called his game of character assassination, abuses, and irresponsible name-calling, the party is becoming seriously concerned that he may be caving in under pressure and reverting to his undignified past of substance abuse. And away from that, the People's Democratic Party insists that it stands by its claim that the APC national leader Bola Tinubu plans to supplant Yemi Osinbajo and eventually Muhammadu Buhari if the party wins the 28th of March presidential election. It argues that the reaction of the opposition party shows that it cannot be assertive in defending Tinubu against the allegations. PDP campaign spokesman Fani Kayode said in a statement that rather than respond to his position, APC spokesman Lai Mohammed claimed that the issue was meant to divert attention from the success of the APC presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari appearance at the Chatham House. He argued that the APC response shows that it has something to guide, while noting that the party leader cannot deny this dangerous plot. Fani Kayode described the party as one that is used to what he says are sordid, bizarre and subterranean backroom deals which people take oaths and oaths to sign, perjurous and illegal letters of resignation even before they are elected into office. The PDP campaign spokesman cited the example of Tunde Bakare, whom he insisted was asked to sign a letter of resignation by both Tinubu and Buhari in 2011. The police authorities say a number of suspects are in custody for their roles in disrupting the governorship rally of the All Progressive Congress in Okrika, River State. Speaking exclusively to CoreTV News in Abuja, the first public relations officer, Emmanuel Ojukwu, says despite the arrest, investigations are still ongoing into the shooting incident that left at least one policeman dead. He also called on politicians to play the game by the rules while assuring the public of the police readiness to deal with anyone involved in acts capable of disrupting the peace.
When the matter happens, another one comes subsequently and we forget the former ones. Police investigations are thorough and they must be detailed. They are not things you do overnight. They are not quick fixes. If you want to investigate a case that involves life or use of firearms, some of these are very serious offenses, some are capital offenses. You must be detailed. It takes time. And so investigation, being a laborious exercise, has to be allowed to run its full course. Don't just hurry, in one day you've completed the investigation. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. So investigation into those cases you've just mentioned are ongoing. Maybe a number of them may have been concluded and the suspects charged to court. But if you do a follow-up, you may find them in court. I can tell you we're not sleeping on any of such matters.
The leadership of the Urobo Youth Council, UNYC, has condemned and described as unwarranted and undemocratic calls for sack of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Atahiru Jega, by members of the Asari Dokubo-led Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force. The group, in a statement signed by its national president, Monday Oyege, stated that INEC is a public institution whose actions are covered by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, stressing that it is undemocratic to call for the sack of its chairman. The statement claims it is the height of fallacy to describe Jega as being pretentious and hypocritical, owing to the number of yet-to-be-collected permanent voters' cards in the southern part of Nigeria compared to the northern states. And away from that, the Northern Youth Council of Nigeria and the Ijaw Youth Councils held a peace accord to back the second-term bid of President Goodluck Jonathan. This was the outcome of a meeting held in Kaduna State by the leadership of the two groups. The said, having supported President Goodluck Jonathan during his first term, they are prepared to further support him in order to continue the work he began. The Ijaw group also used the opportunity to clear the air on the alleged war threat if the president fails to win.
For a genuine unity and diversity in Nigeria, for the MC has said, the sine qua non is almost the same as a necessary ingredient, something that is compulsory if we must have genuine unity and diversity.
You can't pretend, and you cannot have a conducive. You cannot have an election in an environment that is not conducive. We had this experience over time. So to me, I think strongly all of us must be seen to be committed to Nigeria beyond any individual. We must be seen to be committed beyond our party lines. Nigeria is greater than any political party, and we must be seen to say enough is enough of this unnecessary violence in our land.
The Alake and paramount ruler of the Egba land, Adedotu Michael, has declared that over 300,000 indigenes of Egba land residing in the state are yet to collect their cards. He made this known while hosting State's Electoral Commissioner Timothy Ibitoye, who was on a courtesy visit at his palace. Olajumoke Olatunji has more on this.
With the recent statements of the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun addressed to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) of the presence of alien PVCs in the state and constant demonstrations by human rights groups over the deficit in the distribution of the PVCs, the paramount ruler of Egbaland, Michael Adedotun Gbadebo, has also joined in the move to get more PVCs for indigenes of the state, with the declaration that over 300,000 indigenes of Egbaland residing in the state are yet to collect their cards, while appealing to INEC to look into the matter.
We are over 45% of Ogun State, that is Egba Traditional Council area in population. Whereas we don't have the number of local governments that we should have. Those who are about half of our population have more local government than we have. And that means there are more representation at the federal house than we have. Now, in Egbaland, our people are still almost 300,000 people still have no PVC. This, I am sure the Ogun State Broadcasting Corporation can assist at no charge to you to keep on announcing names of those whose cards are here, who are not aware.
The Resident Electoral Commissioner Timothy Ibitoye disclosed that 4 top officials of the commission in the state had been sent to the national headquarters in Abuja in respect of the remaining PVCs.
I want to appeal to His Royal Majesty to please assist INEC in the forthcoming general elections. Unfortunately, Ogun State INEC is having challenges, especially again the issue of permanent voters cards. But it's not our homemaking at the state level. We are expecting the remaining balance of the PVC from the headquarters of INEC in Abuja. And I'm assuring the cabinet that every eligible voter in Ogun State will get the PVC before election.
Despite the affirmation by the Commission to distribute all PVCs before election, some residents of Ogun State are, however, still doubtful that this will be done. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Abeokuta.
As the controversy over the issue of card readers continues to linger, the Imo State Director of the National Orientation Agency, Vettel Sokocha, says the card readers should not be seen as an issue as it's been for over a year. Our correspondent Ajibade Awofeso has more.
The Imo National Orientation Agency boss, while reacting to the lingering controversy over the card readers, says it is nothing but a storm in a teacup.
Yeah, in the first place, I don't see why there should be a controversy over the issue of card reader. Because in the election guideline brought out by INEC, even before the rescheduling of the election, the issue of the card reader has been there. And since last year, INEC has been talking about the introduction of card reading machine. And I understand from the guidelines that the card reader is only going to be used for accreditation. The accreditation process has three areas. One is the card reader, the other one is the verification of the voters register, and then the inking of the voter. After that, they issue you with what they call the accreditation tag. Then when the person is to be done, the accreditation is not going to be used. You will now come in with that accreditation tag, look at your name, that it has been accredited on the register, they tick it, issue you with ballot papers, you go and vote, and go away.
He also reacted this way to the issue of void vote during elections, while also educating people on how to vote to avoid wasting their votes as voided ones.
The voters, how to vote. For instance, look at the political parties and their symbols. Here, if you look at here, we demonstrated how to thumb print. If you thumb print inside the box, you have done it very well. But if you thumb print and it is outside that box, it becomes void. Apart from that, we have told them that when they thumb print, they shouldn't fold it horizontally like this, because once you fold it, the ink may go to the other parties, they say. But if you do it vertically like this, I mean, you have done the right thing. So we have been going from one town hall, from one village to the other, educating the people, enlightening them on how to vote and vote wisely, so that we can avoid the issue of void votes.
Other officials also spoke on the issue of card readers, while urging all Nigerians to embrace the issue of card readers.
I mean, people should not make unnecessary noise about the card reader. I think with the card reader, we will have a credible and fair election. Because going by the teachings of INEC and the National Orientation Agency, you can see that the card reader will help in giving us a free and fair election, because it's genuine. And it's very easy to operate.
No, it's not too easy for people to accept something new. It's just a new an innovation in what we have been doing earlier. So I think that is just a problem, but I believe it's going to work. We have faith in INEC that it's going to work well.
Well, I support it, because one day starts a 10. If we are developing, we are going to develop from stage to stage. By this time, the card reader, we have been assured that to minimize rigging. And I believe in that. and I want to support it totally for us to minimize rigging. The issue of rigging is not a fair situation in democracy.
They say the agency will continue to do more to educate people on how to vote and ensure a violence-free elections in the states. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
The Nigerian military says it has seized a number of machine guns and rifles from terrorists after a fierce battle. There's more on this and other stories after the break. Just stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emotan of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical, women being so powerful yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News and on our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. For news updates and other programs, you can watch us on our youtube.com/CoreTV space and the news. The Nigerian military troops says on the cordon and search operation along the Jimitilo Damaturu Road on Friday night seized a number of machine guns and rifles from the terrorists after a fierce battle that lasted several hours, and added that the firefight to dislodge the terrorists resulted in the death of some of them. Defense spokesman Major General Chris Olukolade said in a statement that several of the insurgents died in the fire that got to the house they had made their base. A soldier was, however, killed in battle, while another was wounded and is undergoing treatment. Similar soldiers in pursuit of Boko Haram members in Gulak, Adamawa State were said to have had a shootout with insurgents who were in the process of blowing up a bridge to deter troops' advancement. The military authorities say Nigerian soldiers are continuing their cordon and search of the town and its environs after overpowering the terrorists. The Committee for the Defense of Human Rights has pledged no light, no pay protest to electricity providers in Lagos. The group made its disclosure in a meeting with the management of Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company in Alausa after a protest march on the poor electricity supply in Lagos. The group says the continued exploitation of Nigerians by the successor companies to the PHCN must stop. Leader of the group in Lagos, Vuna Isiak, says privatization of the defunct power holding company of Nigeria has only worsened the power supply situation in Lagos and elsewhere.
High hopes and promises of improvement, but reverse is the system and services as of present moment in the country, transforming from bad to worse, discharging poorest, erratic and epileptic services to the poor masses and the country as a whole. We therefore demand on behalf of the poor masses grossly affected by the wicked acts of these companies as follows. We demand as follows: immediate reversal and removal of fixed charges. We demand accurate and correct billings of consumers' consumption. We demand commencement of equitable distribution of prepaid meters, which many Nigerians have registered and paid for.
The reduction in the palm fuel price, as announced by the federal government, has been creating ripples amongst all marketers, especially independent marketers all over the federation. In Imo State, the situation is not different. While some have complied with the announcement, others have not, with many inciting the disparity in the new price and that of lifting from the depot in a major sticking point. Well, CoreTV News correspondent Ajibade Awofeso has more.
In Owerri, the capital of Imo State, marketers says they cannot sell at 87 naira while purchasing at a higher price from the depots too, with most selling at over 100 naira. In his response, the state director of the Department of Petroleum Resources, the marketers are playing the ostrich.
I want to say that that's a gross misrepresentation of the fact. The DPR cannot and has not changed the approved pump price for petrol premium motor spirit. At the meeting that was held at Government House, I made it clear that my mandate is to ensure that this product is dispensed at 87 naira per liter, and I stand at that. There is no change. Anybody who tells you that it's been resolved that they can sell at any price they like, they are lying.
The DPR boss, however, says the agency will continue to do its job to ensure that all other filling stations aside the NNPC also sell at the correct price. However, in Imo State, only NNPC Megas filling stations are selling at the federal government price.
We are getting feelers that some stations are defaulting. And of course, we have gone out, we have sent out our monitoring team to go around and check what is going on and to take necessary action to apprehend culprits. This list I have here, is a dynamic list that we are constantly updating. If you look inside here, you will see a whole lot of stations that we have apprehended, and you can see this column. This is the penalty that these are the penalties that they are paying.
Some of the marketers who spoke off camera, however, say the stance of the federal government is unfair to them as business outfit. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
And away from that, the celebration of Valentine is meant to be an expression of love and affection. But it was a gory day for the family of Abimbola Ogidiolu, who was set ablaze by his wife over the day's celebration. Now, Bimbo now lies in a critical condition at the General Hospital at Ado-Ekiti as the police vows justice against the suspect. Rashid monitored the incident and filed in this report. I warn you that you have to use the discretion and is strongly advised.
The scenario surrounding the story of Abimbola Ogidiolu is that of love gone sour, and making it more peculiar is that the tragic incident happened on days supposedly used in celebrating love and loved ones. But to Bimbo Ogidiolu, the best way to celebrate him on the 14th of February is to set him ablaze by his wife, as confirmed by the Ekiti State Police Command.
We received a complaint of a woman who poured petrol on her husband and set him ablaze during the Valentine period. So the police swung into action. Our detectives went there, arrested the woman, and they rushed the husband to the hospital. I understand he has first-degree burns on his body. So the woman is still in our custody. We're trying to unravel the mystery behind our action. So the investigation is ongoing. And as soon as the investigation is completed, she will be charged to court.
To Folake Ogidiolu, the traumatized mother of Bimbo, reliving the gory incident and how that has changed the course of her life was not an easy narration when CoreTV News visited his hospital bed.
His wife poured petrol on him on Valentine's Day, accusing her husband for not allowing her to go out. She threatened setting Bimbo ablaze, but the threat was dismissed by him. until she poured the petrol meant for their generator on him, and before the husband would dash out, she has already set him ablaze.
The survival of Bimbo, suffering from first-degree burns, still hang in the balance. The family, as they seek for justice, never close their eyes on help over the piling medical expenses of Bimbo, which they could not afford any longer. But to the police, justice, they say, will be dispensed accordingly.
We're going to charge her for attempted murder. The law is there. The long arm of the law always catch up with them.
I plead for help from the government so as not to lose Bimbo, because we've been financially exhausted and the hospital bill is piling up every day.
As Bimbo Gideolu lies critically ill and the estranged wife suspect cools at police cell, it is expected that the laws of the land will take its course, as Bimbo also faces the battle for his survival. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
A very sad one there. Well, we call it a day on the midday news. We'll see you on the top of the hour for more. I am Savannah Zoku, and thank you very much indeed.